وما يعلم جنود ربك إلا هو وما هي إلا ذكرى للبشر.
All the signs and events mentioned in the Hadiths and Narrations must be fulfilled according to the sequence stated. And no event can be omitted or excluded because all the narrations confirm this. Characters or groups cannot be excluded from the overall context due to the importance of each party in preparing for the next event, and the importance of the role they play in this narrations. In this series, we show the followers how the narratives actually match the reality of the earth, and that the events came accurately, in order, and in harmony, without arbitrariness or projection. An illustrative map of each of the mentioned regions will be included with the series. In a future episode, all the mentioned regions will be covered, along with a historical explanation of the origin of their names. It is very important to understand the intended directions in the narratives. To better understand, you can imagine each event as a camera lens. If the event takes place in a specific region, such as the Levant, then the intended east and west refer to the Levant, not the eastern part of the Islamic world or the eastern part of the Arab world. And if the event takes place in Iraq, then the intended east and west refer to Iraq. It should be noted that the narrators belonged to different eras and had varying levels of education, and their geographical knowledge was not equal. Some narrators lived during the Islamic conquests and migrated to the Levant. Therefore, their knowledge of the regions was accurate, and they described them according to the names used at the time of the conquests. In contrast, there are narrators who did not settle in the Levant and belonged to later periods. Thus, they used different names for the same geographical area, while the event itself remained the same. There are many accounts describing the beginnings of the Sufyani's emergence. This is due to the simultaneous occurrence of multiple events and groups, the outbreak of conflict on various fronts at roughly the same time, the simultaneous movement of multiple parties. This multiplicity of accounts does not indicate a difference in the events themselves, but rather a diversity of perspectives and descriptions of the stages involved. Sequencing events according to their simultaneous occurrence. The story's narrative should be treated as a series of episodes featuring simultaneous events involving multiple characters playing concurrent roles. The transition from one event to another must occur simultaneously. This is how the series relies on explaining the events. Some narratives focus on a single character, explaining everything that character encounter, regardless of events taking place in other areas. Selection of narrations and understanding events. There are numerous narrations of the same event, which are consistent in content and meaning. The comparative and testing method was adopted. By selecting the narratives most clearly establish the same event. This was done to organize the length of the sections and avoid excessive length. We note that there are many narrations confirming the same event. However, we chose not to present all of them. We selected only the clearest and most accurate narrative to maintain focus. Sequence of events and excerpts. Types of narratives. General narratives do not adhere to a strict chronological order. Detailed specific narratives recount events in detail and sequence. A complete detailed narrative cannot be presented. Therefore, only the portion that coincides with the other narratives is shown at each stage. A personal message to the warriors and the chosen ones. To everyone who knows that he has a greater role in life, and has a calling and a message to deliver to mankind. Now is the time. To everyone who knows that he or she can do more and be part of greater events. Now is the time. Thank you for watching. Make sure you watch the next episode. Assalamu alaikum.